Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and Barcelona with a massive win against Espanyol. The game ended 4-1 at Camp Nou, and they've taken a giant stride towards that La Liga title. So let's go ahead and talk about this game. It was a huge game from the get-go, especially after what happened with Real Madrid last night, them dropping points after losing last weekend. It felt like this could turn out to be a turning point in the title race, and now that Barcelona have won that game, it is a huge stride. It looks like that Barcelona might be retaining the title this year. It is going to be the first time, if Barcelona do it, it's going to be the first time that a team has retained a title since 2018, because no team has been able to retain the title in La Liga for about 6 years, and Barcelona have a huge chance to do it. It would be really hard for Barcelona to bottle it at this moment, but again, this is football, anything can happen. And of course, we are talking about Real Madrid. Okay, they are not playing really good, but they can still make a comeback, and you have that El Clasico coming as well, so anything can happen at football. But if I'm a Barcelona fan, if I'm a Barcelona player or a manager or anybody associated with Barcelona, I'm looking at this scenario right now. They are about 7 points ahead of Real Madrid with just 6 games to go. You are with 7 games to go, sorry, and you are thinking, you know what, the title is almost there, we can win it. This is our, in my opinion, this is Barca's title to lose. If we talk about the game, I think it was quite a simple game, quite an easy game for Barcelona in that first half. They were simply sensational. Espanyol were no match to them. They came out with a purpose. The way that they moved the ball in that first 15-20 minutes, it was simply amazing. And they basically did not let Espanyol do anything in that first half. Especially they controlled the tempo, they controlled the passes, they created so many chances. They scored their first goal. Ferran Torres comes back into the team, a great comeback for him as well. Lamine Yamal with the with the corner, Ferran Torres hits it. It becomes 1-0 quite early on, so that relieves the pressure. It's a derby as well. It's not a normal game. You have the pressure that Real Madrid have dropped the points. Fans are expecting you to win, and that goal really calmed everybody down. And then it gets better and better for everybody involved. That second goal, especially, I'm going to talk the way that Lamine Yamal gets the ball, makes the run, and plays that pass. I mean, every single game you watch this guy. I said it, after that semi-final against Atletico Madrid, even though Barcelona lost that, I said, this he's one of those players, when I look at him, I get excited. And the last 2 players that I got really excited, and I know it's insane to put him into their category, but it was Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Like there's no one player in world football at the moment that when I look at him, I get that much excited, apart from Lamine Yamal. I mean, he's simply sensational. And again, people are gonna say that it was a simple goal and whatnot, but you just, if you look at closely at the way that he gets the ball, he makes that move, and then he, makes that run. He has the defender alongside him. The guys marking, they're literally side to side, but he still has that vision, and he knows, he has to make the pass. The weight of the pass, it lands literally on the feet of and it comes on the ground. Like, it's not like he crosses it or anything. He passes it on the ground, and it comes directly at Ferran Torres' feet, and he slots it past the goalkeeper. It becomes a 2-0. And that first half, you're thinking, it's going to be an easy game. It could turn out to be a hard day for Espanyol. Second half comes in, and Espanyol were a completely different team. That's that's the second half. I don't know what they did in that first half, what the manager said to them during the pep time talk, but the second half felt like more like a derby game. They realized, okay, it's a derby, that we need to go and have a go at Barcelona, and they had a go at Barcelona. They scored that goal. Paul scores that goal. It becomes a 2-1, and you could feel some a bit of jittering amongst the crowd, and the nervousness was still there, because Espanyol, they really fought for that for points in that second half. They kept on creating the chances. They defended really well in that second half. It was like the difference between them was miles apart in between those 2 halves, and they came very close. I think it was 88 minutes, not 80 minutes, like 75th 76th minute, when it was an open goal in front of the goalkeeper, and they missed that chance. And right after that, 5 minutes after, 4 or 5 minutes after that, Lamine Yamal, the savior for Barcelona, makes that run. The ball comes to him. The goalkeeper comes out. A great tackle from Yamal to make sure that he gets the ball. And then he goes ahead and, again, he celebrates before his scoring, makes it a 3-1. And that releases all the pressure that there was, because everybody who watched that game in that second half, nobody would have thought, that this could turn out, that the game was going to be so easy in that second half, because Espanyol really turned up in that second half. That goal stood everybody down, and to make matters worse for Espanyol, they go ahead and they scored the goal, the fourth goal. Great pass from De Jong to set up Marcus Rashford, and a smart finish from Marcus Rashford. He gets the ball on the volley and he has to place the volley as well. So it was a good goal. The game ends 4-1. In my opinion, it's not a fair reflection of what happened in that game. I think 2-1 would have been a fair reflection, because I think Espanyol were really good. Even at 3-1, I would have taken it. I would say, okay, it's a fair reflection because they were really poor in that first half. But 4-1, I think it doesn't really do justice to what Espanyol did. A massive win, a huge 3 points for Barcelona. And as I said before, I think the title might be done tonight. Espanyol, not they would be really cussing themselves that they really did not play it really good in that first half, because that was an abysmal performance. Second half, they were really good, and they should have converted their chances. I think they had 3 or 4 very close chances where they messed up, and that final pass or the final ball and the final kick was not there, and that really costed them that game. Otherwise, it could have turned out completely different for Barcelona, for Espanyol, and for Real Madrid, who I am for sure were watching that game to see if Barcelona slip up, and to see if there might be still a chance for them to come back in the title race. But unfortunately for Real Madrid, it did not happen. For Espanyol also, it did not happen, and they are still in that area. They are still in that relegation battle. They are still not safe. There are still games to go. Their teams around them, they have won the games as well. So it is not an easy time. It's not an easy day for Espanyol. They have lost the derby as well. They have lost in a fashion where they would be quite disappointed, and that is still in relegation battle as well. So it's going to be quite an interesting end of the season for Espanyol as well as Barcelona, of course, because both of these teams are going to be fighting for different things. Barcelona want to win that La Liga yet again, and Espanyol, as I said. But if they can play like that, if they play like they did in that first half, I think Espanyol are going to be in trouble. But if they play like they played in that second half, I think and they might be safe. The games, it's really hard to predict what's going to happen, but Espanyol need to play like they played in that second half. I think they will be disappointed with the result, but I think if you look at the performance, I think the manager would be really happy. There were positives and negatives in this game. They need to learn from the positives, but from the negatives, but they need to be happy about the positives and move forward, because as I said, they are still not in that much danger, but they are not completely safe as well. A couple of bad results and they could be right in that relegation battle. So a big loss, but I think it's a learning loss as well, from which they can take something out for it. But for Barcelona, a massive 3 points. That is for me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you guys thought of Barcelona's performance. Do you think the title is done, or do you think Real Madrid are going to make a comeback and the La Liga, the race is going to go to the wire? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 600 subscribers before the end of the season, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.